Yeah, so thank you very much for having me. Really appreciate it. I think that, we've got about 3 billion penciled in for revenues, and the company will, I imagine, have a couple of dollars in profits on top of that. I definitely expect we're probably conservative, so I expect a surprise to our numbers. It just depends on how quickly they've accounted for a lot of the contractual revenues that they have with the U.S. government and various other governments all over the world. They had those agreements already in place quite a few months ago. Now it's a matter of actually shipping, the vaccines to those governments and then accounting for it as revenue. So really, that's what we're going to be looking for this quarter. But really expect a very strong quarter and through the rest of the year. The company's already indicated that revenues could be up to $18 billion this year.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about potential booster shots, at least out of some of these mRNA vaccines for Pfizer and Moderna. How much of a tailwind would the booster shots also give to their revenue going forwards?
The tailwind is there. It's still a little bit of a struggle. I'll tell you why. We've already had boosters sort of in our modeling going forward. Viruses mutate, so we expected this virus to mutate, and we expected booster shots to happen every year to as much as 3 years. I think if that starts later this year or maybe next year, that could add to sort of the regular vaccinations the company's providing to the developed world and the developing world also. But right now, I think consensus is starting to already model some boosters in there, but there is room for upside.
I was taking a look at the price performance of Moderna stock this year. Staggering. It's up almost 300 percentage points this year alone, which tells me that obviously there's been a massive move, but then clearly there is a premium being priced in for future potential growth. Are we at levels now where the company can continue to surpass expectations for forward growth?
Yeah, Joanna, you're absolutely right. Look, the company is a two-part story right now. It's the COVID-19 vaccines business, and then it's everything else, right? So the stock is really trading on the COVID-19, sort of news flow, sales and earnings this year, sales and earnings next year, and so on and so forth. The organic tail revenues of COVID-19, as we say. And then there's the rest of the business. I think the company is speaking more to the rest of the business. They just disclosed, as you mentioned earlier, that the RSV vaccine has been fast-tracked. We'll have an R&D day in early September that they'll talk more about their pipeline. But right now, I think the stock is really trading on those COVID-19 kind of expectations. And then we expect the rest of the pipeline to start filling in some of these expectations that might be priced into the stock.